Did you see the WordPress I posted in Discord? The WordPress? Where? Where? Oh, there's someone waiting in Discord to talk. No, I didn't see it. WordPress? The Geo Predators? Oh, shit. I'll look at that later. I don't want to get into that right now. Oh, that's crazy. I have that list, though. Oh, wow. That's a list. That is a list. Thank you for that list. That's crazy. I'll look at that later. I have to go through this and check the names. That's a lot. That's a long list, dude. Oh my god. Thank you. Are you in person trying to talk?
Oh yeah. Hello.
Hey, hello.
Okay. So I joined the stream seeing you criticize Crystal. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of secular talk and also your channel. I've actually talked here before from Europe, but it made me think about leftist infighting in general, and I just wanted to get your take on Hassan real quick, if you could. That's okay.
My overall take on Hassan Piker?
Well, your criticisms or your general like friendliness towards his content and his views and stuff like that. Like, how do you view him in general?
So like Kyle Kalinske, to start off with him, just to have a base point, I think he's a good person who wants good things for people, and he doesn't have a huge ego for himself. He definitely does. I mean, everyone does who does commentary. If you're a media figure, you put on that camera, you're definitely going to be, you have some ego, and that's fine. But he's a good person, so he'll probably say things that he believes. So like, he's not just like an American hater. So the example I brought up before was being pro-Ukraine and pro-Palestine, and being pro-supporting both of those is an opinion someone like Kyle Kalinske can have, or a Bernie Sanders, you can have that opinion. Because you're like a pro-America, make America better, democratic socialist or social democrat. And that's a lot different from Hassan, who really hates America in general. And he convinces his followers to be very anti-pragmatic or unpragmatic, whatever the proper phrase is. But he convinces them to have a very childish and unrealistic view of the political system. So in foreign policy, it would be like the American empire is 100% evil no matter what. And, Americanism or American exceptionalism is the root of all global issues. And if another power rose up, it'd be better for the world, or at least the American empire is worse than China or Russia. And that's why they call them tankies, obviously, which I don't use that word. It's a very big internet term. But you
Hmm.
have that issue where it's like, well, this is a system that might have some evil aspects to it, so we're going to give up on that system in general. And the same goes for our democracy internally in America, where he's not involved in electoralism at all or making the system better in
Hmm.
America. He wants to have a different system. So it's really the debate between reformism and revolution, probably.
Okay, this is super interesting because from my point of view, like I see what you're saying. Like I completely understand. Like because he is extremely critical, and it oftentimes seems like he's with the idea that if China were to take over the world, it would be better, or something like that. But it's like I don't I don't think this is exhaustive of his position, is what I'm trying to say. It's like when listening to all the commentators, um, um, I generally side with Kyle as a basis, right? And you're closer to Kyle than Hassan is to Kyle, I guess. I'm not sure. But
Yeah,
I
maybe.
feel like I think so, right? I mean, you're very like standard progressive. Your ideas are you're very much about, moral consistency and stuff like that, right? You want everything to
Yeah, but
be
I'm
very
definitely in the past few months I've really found myself to be a liberal and probably neoliberal a little bit. I'm in favor of some like protectionist policies. I can do that like a social democrat kind of lean, but I'm definitely in the liberal. I'm definitely not a socialist. I found that out in the past few months.
well, I don't well, what do you mean? Because this term is very it means different things to different people. Like, do you mean liberal as in you would defend capitalistic incentives and capitalistic structures? Would you Like what are you trying to say when you mean liberal? Because I feel like Hassan also is a liberal in the sense of he wants to protect individual freedoms and individual, human rights and stuff like that. That's the core of liberalism. It's like do not sacrifice the individual for the um, for the community, except for doing their part in sustaining that community, right? Um, so I don't know what you mean by socialist is when you say that, because like that
So like
word feels
I
very
think
dirty in America.
I've decided since Trump took office that I think private property is a good thing to maintain, but I would want super heavy regulation on it and a super high standard for human rights and private property. That it would be there would be extremely strong trust busting. We would have instead of like three major corporations, we'd probably have 50. That kind of thing.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
but let me sorry,
But
I
I
want to
think Hassan's an
interject you real quick.
anti-capitalist in general. I think Hassan is a socialist. I think he would eliminate all private property if he could, and I think he pushes for violent means to solve issues. But Kyle would not do that. Like Kyle is definitely pro-reformism, and Kyle and Crystal both understand that you need to have reform and to make things better. And Bernie says this too, because a revolution would be very violent and very bloody for everyone involved. It would not. It would never result in a good world. It'd be a right-wing revolution, if anything. But Hassan always leans into the revolution talking point more.
Okay. I don't know how much time I have, but I feel like what you're getting at is this fear of leftists becoming too extreme in his views and too rooted in his ideas, and being okay with violent means of achieving them, and that's of course a no-go for everyone. For me, for everyone, it's a no-go. But I also feel like it's a sort of a smear on the internet that that is the case. I don't feel like that's true for Hassan. I don't think that's. I don't think there's any real evidence for that, because these are the people who push the boundaries of like the discussion and understanding why certain things exist the way they are. And it always seems like they advocate violent means, but that's not the case, because it's just that throughout history, this has always been the method to do that.
No,
And
but like
we are in a chokehold right now in politics. Yeah.
Hassan is unwilling to even say that Kamala Harris would be better than Trump. Like he's one of those both siders
No,
that
that
Russia
cannot be
loves.
true
He
though.
refuses.
That
No, no,
cannot be true
he
though.
refuses to say that Democrats are unequivocally better than Republicans. And Kyle will call
N-
Republicans a fascist death cult. But Hassan refuses to say there's anything good about America, about the American empire in general. There's nothing good at all about it in his mind. There's nothing good at all about Democrats in his mind, and they need to be overly overtaken extremely aggressively. I'm not saying I
Okay.
don't want to hinge on only the
Okay.
violent
Okay.
point,
Okay.
but there's a
Yeah.
huge focus here on pragmatism and actually making the system
No, I
better.
understand. I
And even
agree
right
with
now,
you on
and
that.
my socialism point on private property, seeing Trump take this unitary executive theory, I'm happy there's private corporations and private businesses and private ownership of different institutions in America. I'm really happy it's not fully socialized right now, because that would be an easier system. I do see private property now, and that has been a shift in my views in the past 2 years. I've actually become much more to the center on this.
But
Without
what
private
do you mean private
property,
property that yeah, private property that private industries that oppose Trump? Is that what you're trying to go
if there's
at?
more
Like,
mechanisms for the state to interact with businesses in a very
okay, okay.
authoritarian manner. So like right now, Trump is,
Yes.
is forcing Nvidia to have a 15% export tax with no consultation from Congress whatsoever, or
Hmm.
tariffs. So if there's more unilateral power, more nationalization or socialization, it makes it easier for the government to consolidate power in one area.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
that's why I'm pro
I
private
agree. I
property
agree.
being maintained, and it can't be a socialist for that reason.
But it's like I feel like the argument is more about like how do you break up power in society and not just private property versus government, because like we can go into anarchism talking points from that you know but it's like okay, set that aside. All I want to say is like Kazan does support Bernie. He covers him. He went to his rallies. He talks to him. It doesn't seem from an outside perspective that it feels like this is an animosity between leftist groups within America to kind of like in the middle, like the cool-headed people like you and secular talk are like this people who understand like what is moral, what is right, what makes sense. They want to continue changing the world through their very pragmatic means, right? And there's these people on the sides, still leftists, still moral, still in their camp, but extreme. and extreme in quotas. And I feel like there's a fake animosity created in between these spheres, where it's like this: what you're feeling is not actually true. Is what I think. It's like I feel like if you were to talk to Hassan live one on one, you would be able to like um, give him all these talking points, and we'll have a very productive conversation. Of course, you wouldn't
Yeah,
be
but
able
he
to do that
lies
with
in
the right wing.
conversations, though. Like, he lies in certain
But
conversations,
why
and
would you
he
assume that though? Why
because I've
do you
seen
think
clips
if
of
he
him
wants a
talking about the same
socialist?
topic in two different ways. Yes, when he's with socialists, he talks about things in a very aggressive socialist way. Then he tells them, he has a clip of him saying he poses as a social democrat to try and convince people to become more socialist, but he pretends to be a liberal in those areas. And I don't want to talk on this point too long. I'll say
Okay,
really quick.
okay, sorry.
I think these conversations are no. I appreciate the conversation. I think these points are good to bring up. And I'm gonna attack some people really quick. It's good to engage in discussions on different media creators and everything, and that's how you get clicks and views. But like Pisco, it's pathetic how much he focuses on the infighting, doing debates about the Vanguard and about Hassan and about Ethan Klein. Destiny focuses on Hassan all the time, constantly. Hutch focuses on them all the time. They talk about this shit all the time. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And I try getting these people to do the show that I'm doing because I don't have the same reach that they do, and I'm doing an actual show where I talk to Trump voters 24/7. But all they do is these debates and internal, leftist or politically left strategy debates, and it's so frustrating, like in general, because the Vanguard is literally just a drama channel, like a TMZ channel. And I don't know, I'm kind of airing out my grievances in general. Like I try to get Pisco to, if you know who that is, like I try to get him to do a call-in show with me. He just doesn't respond, but he does a bunch of bullshit drama content 24/7. And there's other ways to connect to the American people than to do this conversation. But I agree that there's a conversation to be had here, but I don't want to focus on it too long. My main thing is that when I talk to college kids who watch Hassan, they are unwilling to vote. They are unwilling to organize. He gets people to hate the political process in general, and Kyle Kalinske does the opposite. He gets people motivated and pissed off to get out there and fight more. But I just don't see that out of Hassan viewers.
Okay. I feel like what you're there's a long discussion to be had, but I feel like what you said just now is like makes a lot of sense. I agree. I've always wondered why political commentators like Kyle, for example, don't reach out to people to like give them tips on how to make their content more approachable to
Yeah, grow the
right
channel.
wingers
Yeah.
and middle people.
My favorite is
it's
Mehdi
like
Hassan, by the way. Mehdi Hassan is amazing. I
Mehdi is
think
perfect. Mehdi
he's
is
the
amazing, I
best.
agree.
He's the best combination of like further left, progressive, liberal. He still cares about institutions. He is a very aggressive debater. I love him. He's my favorite by far out of every political person right now. I don't watch him all the time because he's not like as entertaining for like as Kyle is, but he is. Yeah, he's super. He's awesome. I'm gonna read his book.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree. Okay. Well, very reasonable points. I feel like there's more discussion to be had, but thank you so much for addressing. And I guess
Yeah, thank you for the conversation. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
You guys in chat are difficult. Now, I will say that kind of stuff. I need you guys to understand in chat. You can leave and come back for these segments, and I'll keep on talking shit about. I'm gonna talk shit about having these conversations, all right? But I need to have these conversations because that's how you grow a channel. I need to have these conversations even if we don't like them because I want to grow my channel and get more reach and get more people to be pragmatic and do pragmatic messaging. There's no reason the Vanguard should have 120,000 subscribers. They are a slop reaction channel. I was watching them earlier today. They are genuinely dumbasses. Like, they are very stupid and immature. Like, I do not want people getting political strategy from them. They're better than TYT for sure. That's great, but they're idiots. They're really dumb. Like, their reasoning is very dumb and emotional. But they have a huge channel because they know how to game the system. So if I talk about Hassan or Destiny or whoever else, and I have to go scorched earth for a little bit to get some viewers or to get some views on a clip or something like that, please bear with me. Just think this is pragmatic growth in action, okay? I don't want to have the conversation. I need to engage in these toxic internet sludge battles. And I'm gonna call out people like Pisco. It's bullshit. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing Live and Learn dick around with a bunch of dumbass topics. And I'm also salty none of them respond to any of my messages. Also, that's another salty thing as well, obviously. But like, it is annoying. Like, okay, we're gonna keep on repeating the same political media ecosystem. We could all be doing so much more in these other arenas, and they have the resources to. They have the money to. I don't have the time and money. I'm grinding my ass off 80 hours a freaking week delivering damn Amazon packages and DoorDash. on top of regular work, and it does get frustrating, and I get tired. So. Destiny used to be my happy place, but now he's just a Hassan slop place. That's kind of his role, though, right? His role is to be an internet warrior, like Asmongold, XQC, all the dumbass, cringy ass white kids online, to make them not become Nazis, other than his son, which I don't want to talk about that. That's really cringe. People platforming that is crazy as shit. Making money off a kid who is going through traumatic brain stuff. Really sad situation. As a child, I grew up in a broken home where the father is absent a lot. And that's why I'm a liberal. That's why I'm a liberal cuck. No, you don't gotta donate more. Thank you. That's what we like about you. You don't feed into the drama slop. Yeah, okay, but Kate, if I the thing I'm saying is, if I do the drama slop for 1% of the time, you can leave and come back for sure. I don't blame you. I don't blame you for leaving and coming back, but just know that it is a necessary evil for me. Sometimes. Like I used the crystal topic to talk about Ukraine as well. Hello.
Hey, I was calling for the debate.
Yep, you're live. What's up?
Fuck.
Okay. L, thank you for $5. L, $5. I'm poor. L said I'm poor. Sent $5 on. Well, don't donate if you're poor. If you're rich, donate, guys. Okay, if you're rich, that's what I'm trying to say. If you are, because I don't want to. I felt really. Especially because I'm not physically capable of doing the super long stream. I felt guilty the other night. I felt really guilty. That's why I didn't stream for like 5 days. I did not stream. It made me depressed how much money you guys donated. But I want donations, but I want to be able to explain myself first, okay? If you have enough money to donate a bunch of money to help me out to get a studio and stuff, and you think I do good work, awesome. All right, please do so. Really appreciate it. I grew up poor. I grew up around my family member in my home had cancer, addiction, abuse, suicide. I saw a bunch of dumb shit. I saw about a lot of bad shit. That's why I'm so gritty today. All right, so really appreciate all of your welfare to my program. But if you make like a regular job and all that kind of stuff, please treat it like Netflix. All right, treat it like Netflix. Don't give any more than you can handle. All right, treat it like Netflix. $5 a month, $5 every now and then. Please don't give more than you. Don't overextend yourself, please. I'll be really upsetty spaghetti if you do that. Really upsetty spaghetti. And you don't want to make me. You do not want to see me you don't want to see me upsetty spaghetti. Okay, no calls. I'm gonna do the Tom McDonald reaction. God dang. I have not done this in years. Alright, gang, welcome to the music reactions. No Life Shack. I have not reacted to Tom McDonald in a good 4 years. And last time I did, I got 80,000 views, alright? 80,000 views. I had 200 likes on that video. And 10,000 dislikes. Because Tom McDonald's fans are a bunch of pushover baby beta cucks. And they get really mad when I make fun of their Canadian gay god. Alright, now let's watch this Canadian try to break a closet door open with pure lyricism, alright? The devil is a Democrat.
Propaganda is on every channel. They think we stupid like the truth is just too hard to handle. Put on your camo with your culture war and load the ammo.
Culture war. Now, a Canadian comes to America, makes money off of talking about division. We got to fight each other. We're going to be divided. It's a culture war. We have no chance to come together. The Democrats are devil. This Canadian, send him home. Deport him. Please, ICE.
One Antifa ruling everything like it's Seattle.
Antifa ruling everything like it's Seattle. Imagine being such a pussy that you think that's a real thing. In Seattle or in Portland, you can find 5 people maybe in a country of 340 million people, sure. But if you're going to complain about that little portion of people that you never even met or saw or heard or whatever, then you're a bitch.
They want anyone who's fighting to be dead and canceled. They want rainbows in the classrooms and 15
They want rainbows in the classrooms and
different bathrooms and white guys that hate
15 different bathrooms and white guys. Yeah.
They want war, they don't want peace. They want fentanyl in our streets. They want borders too.
They want fentanyl on our streets.
Week, I swear the devil lives in California. He a politician. He passing bills that bring chaos and division. Yeah, the
I wish I could do art like this. Just make a rap with opinions people agree with already. Yeah, Donald Trump in the dump. He sucks. We gotta get some luck. Gonna run it up with the crypto coin. He's a bitch, you know. He's annoying.
devil lives in California. Should
All
be
the
in prison.
Republicans
He got
protecting
horns, but
pedophiles
he
and
tries
Jeffrey
to keep 'em
Epstein.
hidden, 'cause the devil is a devil.
What beat is this? What beat is this?
And we don't play that. They say that they love America. We know it ain't that.
Cause the president's the president's a pedophile.
And we ain't with it. We ain't switching. Y'all are tripping. I guess God just built us different. They get celebrities to do they talking. They get mansions while they cram us all into apartments. Tell us it's cool to stay in school and then make you retarded. If you ain't
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what they do.
liberal, then they treat you like you human garbage. If you speak up, then you a target. They want their voice through an amplifier. Violence and our flag on fire. No voter ID required.
Bro, imagine rapping and you talk about voter ID. Rapping and talking about voter ID, bro. Imagine being such a weenie. You're talking about voter ID when you're rapping, bro.
They want war, they don't want peace. They want defund the police. They want you surrounded by screens. The devil lives in California. He a politician. He passing bills that bring chaos and division. Yeah, the devil lives in California. Should be in prison. He got horns,
What beat is this?
but he tries to keep them
Again.
hidden. Cause the devil is a Democrat. And we don't play that. They say that. They love
Imagine a song talking about like the Republicans are like Republicans I know would be crying. I don't think anyone cares about Tom McDonald anymore.
America. We know it ain't that. The devil is a Democrat. And
Devil
we ain't
is
with
a
it. We ain't
Democrat.
switching. Y'all are
It's
tripping.
catchy.
I guess God just built us different, dog. The devil is a Democrat. That's a fact.
Democrat,
That's the
that's a
truth.
fact.
Look how bad that it gets when it's blue. The devil is a Democrat. That's a rap. It ain't news. And the way they treat America is proof. I swear the devil lives in California, $100 bills. He knows everyone in Hollywood and parties in the hills. Give you everything you ever wanted, plus a couple mil for your soul, and your vote is a deal. Cause the devil is a Democrat. And we don't play that. They say that. They love America. We know it ain't that. The devil is a Democrat. And we ain't with it. We ain't switching. Y'all are tripping. I guess God just built us different. Dog. The devil is
All right, I'm gonna get ChatGPT to write me a verse for this. Let me see. Okay, no, I am responding to the conservative rapper. I am engaging in a fierce rap competition. Fierce rap competition for the illest rhymes. All right, let's see what ChatGPT gives me in response. I can't help with that. Come on, bro. You can't help with that? Yeah, I'm going bar for bar. All right, here's the ChatGPT response to Tom McDonald. You yelling devil is a Democrat, but that's projection. The real devil's cutting taxes for the richest 1% in. Talk about the culture, or talk tough about the culture war, but never face recession. Blame the students and the teachers while ignoring Wall Street's weapons. Blame the students and the teachers while ignoring Wall Street's weapons, dude. You scared of rainbows in the classroom? Man, that's weak. While corporations flood the nation with their fentanyl on fleek. You crying open borders while you profit off the cheap, but forget your granddad's papers when he came here overseas. Yo, why is ChatGPT spitting? I swear the devil lives in Mar-a-Lago, selling lies in every stage like it's bravado. Yeah, the devil lives in Mar-a-Lago, wears a suit, shakes hands while he's drowning us in a shadow. Wow, bro. You claim the media is lying, but repeat what the fox is spitting. Quoting billionaires' agendas while the working class is thinning. So you're fighting for the people, but your records say you didn't. Every law you tried to pass put the profits over children. You're mad about the books in the library, mad at someone's pronouns, but stay real quiet when the banks are burning the whole town. You scream law and order, but protect the crooks in the gowns, while the rest of us are grinding just to keep us from breaking down. Wow, ChatGPT, really good response. Really good response, ChatGPT. How was that response, guys? Did ChatGPT did it do good? Did ChatGPT do good on that? What you expect from AI? No, those are actually good lines though. Like compared to the first ChatGPT, like those actually flow. Like I put in the lyrics to this and I said do the same BPM and flow pattern. And it gives me like, you yelling devil is a Democrat, but that's rejection. The real devil's cutting taxes for the richest 1% and talking tough about the culture war but never face recession. Lend the students and the teachers while ignoring Wall Street's like, it flows. It does flow. Okay, I'm gonna say only use words that start with P. Only use words that start with the letter P. Alright. Let's see what it gives me then. Let's see what it gives me. Alright. Propaganda, politicians preaching petty plots, patriots push power, puppet presidents get caught, poison pouring, profits piling, people paying price, pretend prophets posturing, playing pawn with paradise, punchlines penetrate, pressure packed, pure precision, public passion pounding, punks perish in the prism, pages packed with a purpose, poems painted potent, prolific poet proven power perfect when I'm focused, pride, persistence, passion, push past panic, powerful performance, politics can't manage, pure poetry prevailing, pounding past the static, protest, progress, people's power, automatic. Oh, ChatGPT is so good. Okay, I'm gonna put this on my second YouTube channel and try to get rage bait. Wait, I gotta record a fake liberal reaction to this song really quick to get from my one second.
They want borders to be weak. I swear the devil lives in California. He a politician. He passing bills that bring chaos and division.
Really,
yeah,
dude?
the devil lives in California. Should be
Okay.
in prison. He got horns, but he
guess.
tries to keep them hidden. Cause the devil is a Democrat.
Are you serious,
They don't
dude?
say that. They say that. They love America.
Bro, saying the devil's a Democrat's insane, bro. Why would he say that about us? All right, that's the intro to the video. Okay. I hate everything, dude.
And tuck the stainless, gotta move swift and dangerous. They gon' have to lift them wages. You ain't talking money, you must be talking a different language, independent mindset. We ain't fucking with the majors, can't get back our time spent. Gotta treat it like a sacred house on a couple acres. Ain't no love for the fakers. 3-car garage in the driveway, so spacious, purple.
Hello?
Hello, this is me calling back from the politics. Hello?
Which one?
It's the politics stream on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
I just... Is this really him?
It's he, him.
It's not. No, it's not he, him.
It's I'm him.
All right. So, I support Trump
Okay.
because I'm black, and the Democrats have never did anything good for black people at all, except for the Civil Rights Bill. And that was Lyndon B. Johnson who said, we're going to have black people voting Democrats for the next 200 years.
Pretty good reason to vote Democrat, I think.
Huh?
Pretty good reason to vote Democrat if they would pass that, though.
No, because that's the only thing good they've done for us.
Okay.
Republicans have done great things for us. The First Step Act. When you think about
Democrats passed that too, by the way. It was bipartisan, but
no, that was Trump.
No, it was
No,
passing through
it
Congress.
was Trump.
Well, I know why you
Yeah,
support
but
Trump because
that
you're too
was Trump.
stupid to know how government works, but
No, that's not how it works.
like
I
Biden's
stated.
American Rescue Plan targeted funding for specifically black-owned businesses and black farmers. More money that was given to those businesses of any president in American history. Pretty much, and no one really knows about that because he didn't like parade it around. But Trump can be like, "Well, I'm good to the blacks," and people will believe him because he says it. But the truth is, I mean, I don't really judge politicians as like good or bad for certain issues. Like, you can judge on different policies that are good for
I
different
mean, but
people.
Biden also did the drugs act and the crimes bill. So which was the manufacturer of the jail system. Like he was the manufacturer of mass incarceration. So I mean, you can't take anything that he said or
I
did
mean, a majority of
and
black
take
people
that as
supported that too at the time. I'm not saying it's right, but black people did support
no,
that
no,
bill.
no, 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 no. No one, no. Even Bill Clinton, when he signed into law, said that he knew it would more negatively affect black people. So
Yeah.
no, that was straight
No,
racist.
I'm saying black
Even
people.
Bill
When you
Clinton
poll
said
black people, they were in favor of the crime bill at the time. Now, in general, like
no, they
as a
wasn't. No,
percentage.
they wasn't. Because I'm black. I
Okay.
know my family was not in favor of it.
Yeah,
You
but there's other
cannot.
people
You
other than
cannot.
you and your
This
family,
is
right?
because
Okay.
I know no black people. You can't. You're not black, are you? No, you're not. Okay, so I
No,
know
but
black
you're
people,
not all
and
black people. You are not all black people though. Black people are not
but
one
my
person.
family is. My family is.
Yeah, but there's
When
other black families too.
like my grandma was born on a plantation. I want to let you know that my grandma was born on a plantation. My granddad was born on a plantation. So I know black people. We was not in favor of that shit. So
Do you like Candace Owens?
no, I don't.
Okay, that's good.
No, I hate her. Honestly, truly, she made black people look bad. Um, she went to a school that she paid $35,000 a year to go to, and she get on stage and talk and sing. Like, bro, that's not how an educated black person talk. Like, I mean, she paid $1 million for her education. She shouldn't be up there making us look bad. Like, no, she's not a good representation of black women.
So like one big thing Democrats did is changing how laws were dealt around crack versus powder cocaine. Democrats were pushing for that reform after Reagan made it extremely terrible. Like Reagan is the real person that really set the war on
Joe
drugs and
Biden
the
wrote
police
the
state.
law. It passed through a Democrat House and Senate. Yes, Reagan signed it into law, but it passed through a Democrat House
Again,
and
I
Senate.
didn't say
and
no,
Joe
no. I'm not
Biden
saying it's a
signed it.
perfect. I'm not saying anything's perfect or even good. I'm just saying that a majority of people at the time did support it. But when we talk about who made the war on drugs be a thing and who built the complex, it was largely Ronald Reagan. Like that was the big Nixon and Reagan
No,
were the
it
ones
was
that set it
Joe
into
Biden.
motion.
Joe Biden wrote the law. No, it's not
But by
on
the
the person
time
who
that
signed it. It's
no,
the
but what I'm
person who
saying
wrote it.
is by the time Biden had anything to do with that law at all, we had Nixon and Reagan for 20 years who set the system in place. The mass incarceration came before, like the war on drugs and everything came before the crime bill. And Biden was just one person involved in that. He
And
was not the only
how many
person.
presidents did we have in between them?
I'm saying they were the biggest impactors on this.
How
Two
many Democrat
Republicans.
presidents did we have in between them?
That's not responding to my point though.
Okay, with Jimmy Carter, Lyndon B. Johnson, come on,
Because, you
bro.
know,
Like,
Nixon,
that's not.
because if you say LBJ is bad, Nixon came in saying we got to reverse the Civil Rights Act. So they went super evangelical, super anti-black to get those racist white voters on the Republican side because black voters voted Democrat. So Nixon and Reagan, their whole platform was getting the whites on their side, getting more whites and angry whites on their side to make sure they can suppress the new voters that Democrats had. So you can, and I agree, Democrats do bad things too. I'm not going to be here defending like the crime bill and everything like that. But I know at the time, like Joe Biden was not like a super severe outlier. Like most people did support it. I'm pretty sure. And Obama, I mean, yeah, Obama did a big issue. He built, actually no, Obama decreased federal prisons a good amount. But he increased like detainment centers for immigration. Yeah, no,
his police reform act.
Okay.
His police reform act led to the death of Trayvon Martin. His police reform act led to the death of everybody. Philando Castile, Sandra Bland.
What police reforms?
Mike Brown, all this.
What police reforms? Which reforms did Obama do that led to those deaths?
The Police Reform Act, which led to more stop and frisk laws,
No, but like Trayvon Martin was like vigilante shit. Like Obama, most white people I know hate Obama.
No, but I'm talking about everybody else. Mike Brown too.
No, but I'm saying for
Philando
Obama, for
Castile.
Trayvon Martin in particular,
Frederick-
most white people I know say that Obama made them racist because of Trayvon Martin, because Obama spoke as a black man, because he during the campaign he didn't really talk about race that much.
Black people. No, that's you're speaking
I'm
as a
saying
white
what
person.
the whites.
No,
I'm saying.
black people-
I'm
no,
saying.
no,
Hey, listen. I just said what the whites are thinking.
you're
I just said
speaking
what the
as a
white people I know are
person.
thinking. Yeah, I
As
know. I
far
literally
as-
just said that.
As
I just
far
said
as
that,
people
right?
on my side, as far as people on my side, we felt like Obama didn't speak enough. He waited too long
agree.
to speak.
I agree
He
with that,
waited
but
too
I'm saying
long to speak.
I agree with that. But in a country, do you think America is dominated by white supremacy?
I feel like there is white supremacy in America.
Yeah.
I've been through white supremacy. So yes, I feel like there is white supremacy in America. I'm not going to ignore that. I live in North Carolina. I remember there's a Dairy Queen in my city that I did not go to until I was 21 years old. They had a Confederate flag inside there, and they would not serve black people. So I know what white supremacy is.
When you
So-
see Trump is putting more slave owner statues up in D.C., do you think that's a sign that he's racist?
I mean, that's a part of history. You can't erase history. You cannot erase it. If you erase
Okay.
history, if you erase
I see
history,
where you are. I see where you are.
you're going to repeat it. You cannot you can't erase history.
No,
That's-
okay, I
that's
agree
a
with
part
no,
of-
but what's happening is he's putting up statues of slave owners and Confederate generals, and he's going
But
to
I
the
mean,
Smithsonian.
at the end of the day, that's a part of the history that
No,
this country
listen
went through.
for 2
you
seconds, all right?
ignore-
Listen for 2 seconds,
if
2
you wanna
seconds. I
erase
need
it-
2
if-
seconds, I need 2 seconds, 2 seconds.
Okay.
Trump right now
Okay, go
wants to
ahead.
go censor the African American History Museum in D.C. He said they talk way too much about slavery and about racism. He wants to focus on the good parts of America
No.
and not talk about the bad parts at all. Look at Trump right now. He's trying to go in Smithsonian and delete anything he doesn't like in American history. So he's trying to erase history, and he's putting up statues of Confederate generals that he feels should be respected. So if you look at that, look at the Smithsonian and the stuff Trump wants to do. Then, if you ever call in again.
Okay, so what does history stand for?
What?
What does history stand for? What does history stand for?
History?
His story. The person who wins the war writes the story. Okay, so the story that we've been told is not all accurate. We already know that. Harriet Tubman didn't do everything she did. Frederick Douglass was a feminist, a white feminist. So his original name was Frederick Augustus Bailey, Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey. So, I mean, the history that we've been told is not the same. Like,
Okay, I mean, if Trump's gonna go censor the history of slavery, then it seems pretty bad.
Harriet Tubman used to be in the CIA.
Hey, you got to respond to the words
Uh,
I'm saying though. If he's gonna erase what America did to slaves, for example, like how we raped slaves and put them on breeding islands to force them to, rape each other and forcefully breed them and selectively breed slaves, and also, like, if we're gonna hide that
I
history
haven't heard
and
it.
hide,
I haven't heard
if we're gonna hide Emmett Till and what happened to him, if we're gonna hide him in the
heard
Smithsonian and
it.
pretend like
I haven't heard it.
you never
I
heard,
heard it.
you never
I
heard
heard
of
it.
Emmett Till?
I heard he taken away Harriet Tubman's statements where she said she didn't need a man when she had.
Can you
7
not
men
respond? Okay, man. If
with
you can have
her
a conversation,
on
I go
every
to someone
trip.
else. You can't
She
respond
said-
to the
she said
conversation.
she
Okay.
did-
All right. I'm not doing it. I brought up 10 different points. I'm not doing it. He really wanted to talk about Harriet Tubman though. Like, if you have enough history, education, or at least enough of an interest where you know information that discredits Harriet Tubman in your brain, but you don't know about Emmett Till, what are you doing? Your priorities are messed up. If you don't know about slave breeding islands, but you know about how to discredit Harriet Tubman, your priorities are messed up. If you can't even have a conversation about any of the nuance to do with that, your priorities are messed up. Now, from my position, it's hard to have that conversation. If someone comes in as a black conservative, they can just say, "Oh, you're white. You can't say anything about this." But then it's hard to navigate that. And now this is somewhere where progressives do not want to engage in the conversation at all, because if they say something, they don't want to get canceled for it. But obviously, if we do, and he was not a Candace Owens fan, but if we have Candace Owens calling in, then you might have to check her on some facts, and she can't just say I'm a black woman, you have to listen to me. But that's not what that really means either way. Like that was all black people. It's like, yeah, black people are very pro-police. I don't know. Now there's systemic racism that causes black people to be unsafe around police, but still, when it comes to if black people have to choose between police who have some bad people in there that might be racist versus no police, they're going to choose more police, even if there is racism there. It's just... Alright guys, thank you for the views, thank you for the likes, comments, subscribes. I gotta wake up in the morning I gotta wake up and deliver packages before my regular job tomorrow. I really appreciate all of you, really appreciate the conversations, really appreciate the likes. Alright, I think I got some good videos in here I can edit and post up. Really interesting stuff going on. Tom McDonald gonna be on my second channel. Go follow my second channel. And yeah, for people that watch Pisco too, it's just annoying, obviously. Like, I'm just in the mindset where I have to just do my own thing at one point. I'm not going to wait around for people. And even for myself, it's hard for me to grow and all that shit. Like, it's challenging. But if people are doing... If you're doing political content as if you're a gaming YouTuber and you're just going to approach it as, you know, every day is a community discussion about different personalities in the gaming space, then you're not doing real politics. You're not really focusing on organizing or talking about real issues to penetrate different people. Like, pause. Penetrate other people. That's what Trump did to Putin. That's what Putin did to Trump, actually. You're just talking to the same group. You're sharing the same viewers. You are saying the same things to the same viewers. You're not expanding your reach. So although my audience is smaller, I'm confident I can have 1/10 of the audience size, but I'm going to be reaching more people and more moderate people and having conversations with more real people than these other creators will in the entire year. I can have more conversations with real voters that are not internet poisoned in 1 week than they'll have in 1 year. And all they would need to do is shift their focus. And they can steal my model if they want to, because I want them to be effective. But it is annoying. It's very annoying. So, like, your personality is gross, bro. Bro, why do you sound so sassy? Why you gotta sound so sassy? Your personality is gross, bro. Your personality is gross, bro. LL waking up tomorrow. Stay strong. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys have a good night. Pisco's really good. Pisco's really good. Alright, Pisco's really good. But even going on Tim Pool doesn't really have the impact we want. Like, Tim Pool viewers are not going to be persuaded. Tim Pool on the highways in the Northeast has a new billboard for truckers to watch. To see every 2 miles you'll see a Tim Pool culture war billboard. All right. We want to reach those people in different mediums. We don't want to just steal the same mediums. Tom dunked on Pisco the other day. Maybe I'll react to Tom and Pisco for a fun stream tomorrow or something, just to relax. Maybe I'll do like a 1 hour stream for regular content, and then I'll go into that topic a little bit for fun for anyone that wants to watch the other one. True. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe. Again, thank you for the support on the goal. We're at 19% to the goal of $10,000. Now, I'm envisioning a setup with like an actual desk, a backdrop, 2 cameras, a professional looking monitor. I want to have it so I'm not like, as much as I like the whole like I just picked up a webcam look, I do want to have a more professional setup, because then you can start doing actual stream like news content. My the way I talk about the news could easily blow up. I don't have the background. I have a tiny ass apartment. I don't have a way to set up a space for it. It's probably my strong suit if I can actually just report news at some point. But yeah, I really want that background and some good looks. So thank you all for supporting. Thank you all for the donations. Really appreciate it. I might go get some McDonald's. It's 1 a.m. though. I don't know about that. I want it. I want it, but do I need it? Thank you for the stream, guys. Thank you for the stream. It's better to live good than to look good. You should work for MSNBC. You mean MS Now? You mean MS Now? You disgusting piece of garbage. MS Now? You said MSNBC? That's illegal. That's their old name, guys. Good night, everyone. Jess is back in the video. Really appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you for hanging out. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to get this TikTok up. Maybe upload my video. Should I upload it tonight or tomorrow? I don't know. All right. Thank you for the support again. Let's look at my Amazon schedule. Who's that? Thank you for 25. What is AED? I'm stupid. I'm not even gonna guess. I don't care. I thought it was gonna be some Arab. So what is that conversion? Oh, wait. Yeah, AED. Yeah, wait. Where are you watching me from? That's $6. Thank you for the donation. If Trump is a dictator, where is his fancy hat and funny accent? He has a toupee. He has a funny accent. Trump has a funny accent. He has the gold in the Oval Office now. He has all that gold on him. Yeah, he has all the dictator stuff. He's just a really stupid version of it. Lori says, love you, Drola. Lori, if you love me, you would send me $69. Or no, wait, 69 cents. I'm sorry, 69 cents to show your love. 25 AED. Thank you again for 25. Thank you so much. Did you call? Did I talk to you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for $6 again. I think that's what that is. Trump is weak as shit. I don't think Trump's lasting until the end of the term. Like, he seems really weak right now. Like, I don't know though. If you can still golf and stuff, you might be doing okay. If you're new to the stream, join the server on Discord as well. Join Discord. I know what AED is. Yeah, I know. Is it Emirates or Emirates? Emirates? I forget how to say it. Emirates? No, that's what I mean. Donating from there is wild. I just don't know if you're there right now. Because it could just be a currency conversion. It doesn't need to be from there. Oh, Kel for 5 months. Hassan is as bad or worse than Rogan. 5 months. Thank you so much for 5 months. That's kind of... I feel like I'd get... If I kept doing this channel, I would get emotional if someone was here for like 50 months or some crazy shit. But let me remind you guys again. My channel was shut down from 2020, from 2021 to 2024 October. So I'm not even 1 year back into my channel. I usually quit by now. I'm not even 1 year back into my channel. I'll be 1 year back in October. And I only started my channel again because I went to a rally, or was it September? I went to a rally for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. The moment he was, the day he was announced in Philadelphia, I was at that rally. And I was so motivated after that, I made a video about it. I think, wait a second. Really quick. I want to go watch that video quick. I want to see what I was talking about back then. It's going to be depressing though. Where is she at? Oh, when Medi roasted Jill Stein. Maybe it was a year since I did videos again. Maybe it was a year. It might be a year. It might be exactly a year since I did. Yeah. Well, it's exactly a year since I did my channel again. Nice. This is my wait. Oh no. Whatever else. Getting React content out first. So reactions to debates, reviews of debates, reactions to news clips before the 2020 election, before whatever election, anything that would happen. I would boil it down to that. And I would be like, wow, I have 100 viewers per stream. If I do a debate review, I get around 200 per stream. The AOC Among Us thing was a meme. No one was there to watch me, and that was okay. And like I said, in Discord, dropping links or anything that... I kind of missed that microphone. I like the way that sounds better than my current one. It's probably just the settings. See all my dumbass thumbnails. Where's the first video back, though? It's the one that was about Tim Wolves, I think. Hitlerian. Whoa!
New donation from Devin.
Devin, no.
$20.
Devin, thank you for $20. Devin, thank you for... Thank you, Devin. But Governor Walz is definitely someone who came out of nowhere and has shown extreme speaking ability, relatability. Thank you, Devin, for $20. Thank you for $20. He seems like a really good guy. So I think we're all happy to have Walz on our side. I was in Philadelphia for the VP launch party, and the place was electric. There were around 22,000 people there. That was just the capacity of the arena. There was also an overflow gymnasium. That light behind me is ugly as shit. What's my first YouTube video? 1 second. I do this every now and then, because I'm cringe. But my first ever YouTube video in general. Jola rap? Who's RTP? Really terrible pussy? No. Don't say that. Don't say that on your live stream. Why would you even say that? That's not a good idea to say ever. Why would you say that? What the hell? What's wrong with you? How do I go back on my YouTube videos? More baby Jola, me shooting hoops, dude. How do I go back on my YouTube videos quicker? Because I feel like... Throwback. Crystal Ball laughs and downplays Trump's coup attempt.
Well, folks, not sure what happened here this past week, but I am sorely disappointed. I mean, I have been promised a fascist authoritarian coup directed by Vladimir Putin himself for 4 years now, and I'm getting a little impatient.
Did you guys know coups happen in one day?
See how it all goes down. In fact, I was told this election wouldn't even happen because Trump would cancel it or at least postpone it indefinitely. I was told that an elaborate plot was being hatched with scary words like disinformation and misinformation and...
Wow.
She is so smug.
Disinformation and misinformation. That never happens in politics. You know what we should do? We should just laugh at everything Trump threatens and be like, ha, that's not even real. You're not going to do that. And when he does do it, we just laugh even more because he's not going to go further, right?
Fakes to rob poor, innocent Joe Biden of his rightful victory. I was informed in no uncertain terms that Attorney General Bill Barr had masterminded a devious plot to...
No, she sounds like all the really confident, stupid girls I've ever talked to. Like, it's... and I'm just saying this because I, you know, dated girls, obviously. So, like, it just... Toxic relationships. She reminds me of a toxic relationship, the way she talks.
Ballot boxes, or that Trump would force the FDA to inject all Democrats with toxic hydroxychloroquine, or something.
This is so hyperbolic, and it really reduces the threat of what's actually happening so much.
It's hard to see how this, a hastily arranged presser in the parking lot of Four Seasons Landscaping, fits into their evil genius plan.
It's actually very characteristic of of a fascist regime to be really sloppy.
Sure, Trump is launching legal challenges.
Okay. They're saying because this press conference at the Four Seasons landscaping business, because that was so disoriented.
Does my voice sound different now than it did before? Does my voice sound different?
Now they cannot orchestrate some type of.
Wow, I was only 20 in this video.
Or try to do
genius.
it. The point about these things isn't that they're smart in doing it. The point is that they're willing to try and do it. They're willing to fight liberal democracy and try to throw away votes. They're willing to do it. They're willing to mobilize, 30% of our country against the democratic process, against American citizens.
See, like, I'm a genius, for real, on God. Or people are just stupid. I think most people are just stupid, because the fact that she's that famous... I only had 2,000 subscribers at that point on YouTube. There's some more in here for sure. That's one of my favorite videos, though, because that was a big... Explaining my hot take on Kyle and the Justice Dems? Oh, no.
Okay, this is what happens when you want to start an organization. Now, I don't want to discredit Kyle, but people bring it up to me as an argument, and they use it as a crutch, so I want to talk about this one time. Justice Democrats is an American progressive political action committee founded on January 23rd, 2017 by Kyle Kulinski of Secular Talk and Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks. I don't know how to say this. And Zach Exley, former leaders from the Bernie Sanders 2016 presidential campaign, often helped in founding it. So what happens with these things? These two people had an idea, all right? These two people from Bernie Sanders' campaign had an idea to do some type of political action committee. Then they consulted these guys, all right? They're like, hey, what do you think about our idea? Will you be ambassadors? These people had huge progressive platforms that can be used for huge progressive fundraising. So these people have an idea. They want to start this org. These guys have some insight on how the political scene operates, on what their strategy is for taking over the Democratic Party, as Kyle talks about pretty often. Then these two guys give it notoriety and get funding for it through donations. These people take care of all the actual work behind it. Now you can say, of course, this is a good thing using their platforms to do this, but using this as an example of like real political organizing is just
No, this is 5 years ago, Kate.
disingenuous. It's not like real political organizing. This is nothing anybody can relate to, unless if you blow up on YouTube randomly or something like that. It's
Yeah, so here I was explaining why Kyle Kulinski talking about Justice Democrats is a stupid point. It doesn't mean he knows anything about like strategy or whatever. I was going after Jenk a lot. Oh wow, Vosh versus Mike from PA debate panel with Destiny on Prime. Wait, I was on a debate panel with Destiny. Wait, what? For how long? Wait, what?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Destiny, his general view on this system is essentially let the market work, and essentially how it is right now, let it grow, and then build a big welfare.
Peace goes on this one. Well, there's a lot of characters on this. I forgot I was on this.
State around that, which I think is something that works, especially if we're going to assume automation will be
Okay.
market work, and essentially how it is right now, let it grow, and then build a big welfare state around that, which I think is something that works, especially if we're going to assume automation will be coming, and automation still will be producing, wealth and value. So we need the mechanisms in place to make sure we're able to use that value in an effective way now. So
Biden, I feel like what we've seen here with Biden is the same thing we saw with Obama, right? Can't figure out how to fight. Can't figure out how to play.
Oh, this was a panel, huh? This was a panel. I forgot I was on a panel with these people for like 2 hours, bro. Look at me holding my hand like a dumbass.
To Destiny's.
So
As a
like arrival, dead
you
before
should
arrival,
clarify that,
okay? Yeah. When it comes to preparing our economy for the future, build a big welfare state around Medicare for all lunatics push.
wait, insane to implement, not insane to implement, but not insane.
Insane
by itself.
politically, like it's dead on arrival, dead
you should
before arrival.
clarify that,
Okay, yeah, this is like aborted out the fucking dick before it's even made a fucking embryo. Okay, that's how. Well,
Yeah, no, hon.
I wanted to ask now let it clear. Like
the back end. Use tax
policy. Let them do it.
Markets
News when it comes to preparing our economy for the future.
Yeah, 100%. Markets are so good at doing what they do. Let them do what they do, and then we'll just take care of everybody else on the back end. Use tax policy for it. Don't fuck with the markets so much. Like people like rent control and crazy shit like that. Like let the markets do what they do.
Policy. Let them do what they do.
Like market socialism.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm cool with this.
Oh man, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
disagree
yeah,
all
Marcus.
I forgot I did all this. I forgot I did all that shit. That was a long time ago, huh? I sound like Marshall Mathers. That's a crazy statement. I was getting a lot of viewers. Holy shit. I like on my videos, I was getting a lot of views and a lot of likes. This is called Moments Before Storming the Capitol.
Welcome, brethren! Hey, look here! Welcome, brethren! Hey, look here, buddy! It's
Führer Trump.
Oh, it's so dumb. So dumb, so dumb. Curse the ball is dumb. I was getting a lot of likes. I had a really good for 2,000 subscribers. I had a really high viewer base for my videos. Like, wow, dude. Now I get like 50 likes if I'm lucky on a video. It's because I was doing reaction content, though. I was doing Ben Shapiro, Destiny, Tim Pool, AOC, Jimmy Dore. I was doing Abby Shapiro. My problem with socialism? What was my problem with socialism before? In 2020? Oh, no.
So it's called You Are Probably a Socialist, Already a Socialist, by Second Thought. So I guess I'm going to find out.
I'm using...
This video's from me It's from me in 2020, and I'm reacting to Second Thought, which I know is a very far left socialist YouTuber who said some pretty crazy things with Hassan Piker. So my problem with socialist.
So it's called You Are Probably a Socialist, Already a Socialist, by Second Thought. So I guess I'm going to find out.
I'm using the term socialism very broadly here, as a sort of catch-all for generally leftist thought. This episode is more for the people who are interested in learning what distinguishes the left from typical American capitalist perspectives. So, with all that in mind, let's get started. I think we should start with the distinction between liberals and the left. This is something that trips up a lot of people, and it doesn't help that the media seems to form the system component. Problems identified by liberals is concerned primarily with materialism. That is, the material realities of people's lives. Let's take an example policy proposal. Student debt cancellation. For a liberal, canceling even $1,000 of debt would be a huge symbolic victory. For a socialist, the amount canceled and the total amount of indebtedness are less important than most people's more immediate concern, being able to pay the installment every month. The material reality for most students is the challenge of affording the monthly payment. If that challenge is not addressed, then the policy does not materially improve.
That's a really weird framing of that.
Improve their material life, or giving them, even the ACA technically improves a decent amount of people's material lives, their material lives, like it makes their day-to-day life better, less people in poverty, more people with healthcare. And even if like you want to go down different paths of thought, capitalism and the markets of capitalism, it depends, like, do you mean markets are capitalism and capitalism, means...
That's cringe. Destiny versus DSA. What drama was happening then? Combo with Sock done left? Socialism done left. I forgot about that. Vosh on David Pacman. If I go back far enough, I'm gonna get really stupid, by the way. I'm gonna be really stupid if I go back enough, because I was making arguments about like Andrew Yang being the good president. Should the left vote for Joe Biden? Oh, here's a classic. Nice, dude.
All right, guys, welcome back to another amazing interview. Right now, I have the meme himself, the friendly fascist, the amazing political satirist. And I mean, there's a lot more behind him than that. And I think you're going to find that out in this interview. Thank you for joining me, Vermin Supreme.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for your kind words.
It was such a big deal for me, bro. I got Vermin Supreme on the mic. Vermin Supreme. He was such a meme for us in high school.
Appreciate the opportunity, of course.
I was really wondering about not really how you got into this. I know you've been running for president for around 30 years, correct?
Absolutely.
But what motivated you in your life to pick up this role?
Well, it just sort of happened, really. I mean, obviously, I've always been a little bit of a goofball. Always been enjoying.
At this time, I'm actually a pretty decent interviewer at this time at 19.
Making people
honest, that's not
laugh,
too bad.
and always enjoyed, making a sort of presentation, if you will.
This dude's in New Hampshire with a shirt off and a boot on his head right now.
I guess in 1987 was the first real political office that I ran for. That was mayor of Baltimore, Maryland. However, interestingly enough, that was not a particularly political action on my part. It was really out of boredom and looking for something to do and looking for an interesting project that would keep me occupied and made some sense to me. And at the time, I had just come off doing some bookings and promotions at some nightclubs, and had made had a real good number of connections in the art weirdo and in the indie music scenes down there.
Yeah.
And just one night at a bar, I just said, I'm running for mayor of Baltimore, Maryland. And, it's just, it's like anything. It's like when you run for president, it's really simply a self-declarative statement. Once you say the magic words, you're running for president, it becomes reality, and nobody can disprove it. It becomes an actual fact. Whether you get votes or money or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But just if you say you are, you are. So I said I was, but then, and that was about a year before the election itself, moved them down a road, attend these national political events, reason not to, and
Virus, but
I sort of have. I've been taking the coronavirus pretty seriously, and have been avoided the large crowds and things like that. But of course, the police generally set. Well, my take on it is this: I mean, we are given this First Amendment right of free assembly and free speech, and to petition our government for a redress of our grievances. And so that takes us out onto the streets a lot of times. And in those instances, more often than not, while we are actively there petitioning our government for a redress of our grievances, the only representative of the government that is provided to us, the people, attempting to petition our government, is the police. And so that's just a very odd dynamic right there.
He talks a lot about police and riot control and shit. Okay, if you look at the color on my face of that video, my real skin tone is like in between that color and my current color on the screen. That's another issue I'm gonna fix once I get an actual studio. My mic game is ass. For real. Alright, join Discord. It's in my channel description, on my channel, in my video descriptions, all that kind of stuff. Please join it. Here's Discord links. Have a good night, guys. See you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Have a good night, guys. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night. Shut up, dude. I look like Charlie Kirk. Suri. You. No. My shorts are the most accurate.
Wow, this must be a big deal. 20 guys in military gear going after a high-profile case? What crime did this man do?
Coming down!
Are you serious? The Trump White House literally said this guy is a member of the deep state for throwing a Subway sandwich at an officer, and he's being charged with felony assault.
I got him.
I love the super scary and dystopian siren. Like we gotta be scared of the secret police showing up at our door. But that is the fear they want to instill in every American who goes.
Alright, thank you guys. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.